Hello and welcome. Hopefully you can all hear me. Anyway, hello and welcome to another round of racing. This time we're in Belgium, as you can see, a very wet Belgium indeed. Let me just quickly get in a party so that people cannot hear me. Right, there we go. Okay, there we go. We're going to get our first people now out on laps. It is the McLaren driver of Bamboos, who will be the first to start and cross the line. There we go then. It is very wet out here, as you can see. It's stormy weather on the full wet tyres, of course, because to get that maximum grip possible. Makes his way through turn one. Big slide coming out the exit. He's corrected it quite nicely. And again, coming a little bit at the later stage of the exit. And now up the Rouge. Could he recreate what Lando Norris did here in 2021? No, he makes it. He keeps it steady. And yellow flags already in sector one. It's coming out the first corner. But now, of course, no DRS because it is wet. So now he'll just have to use that top line speed. 305 kilometers per hour, 306. He brakes heavy. Goes purple in sector one then. Fourth gear. Makes his way through the chicane. Very slippery out here. Touching any curb will send the car spinning probably if you get it wrong. Now going into the downhill braking zone, it's of course very easy to get wrong, especially in wet conditions, but he's hooked it up quite nicely. That big side of oversteer again, and he's controlled that so nicely to keep the car on track. He's doing a great job at the moment keeping the car on track and keep steady. But through our route, oh my god, what's it called again? I completely forgot what that corner's called. It's definitely not our Rouge. But so yeah, there we go, through the chicane again. He goes fourth gear, picking up the power, and a little bit of a slide coming out on the exit, braking just as that curb starts there, even in the wet. And now he's got this corner to navigate, which is flat in the dry, but definitely not flat in the wet, especially not in the full wet. Gets on the curb a little bit, but that looks all nice and clean. As One Ball Paul actually goes first, with Horonsky going P1 now by nearly over a second. So we'll see if Bamboos can do anything about that. He didn't go purple in sector 2, he went purple in sector 1 though, so maybe he's got a little bit of a lap up his sleeve. Only using half the braking that he's got available on his car, so he's not really maximising the braking performance. But now coming to cross the line, big slide of oversteer as he crosses the line. Where's he going to put him? It's going to put him P3 as Horonsky has retired. I believe we'll go on board with Chaz Meisters. And we'll go on board actually with Bamboos, who might get a good view of what happened with Horonsky. Did he bin it? He just disappeared, unfortunately, so we couldn't see if Horonsky spinned it, but he's out of qualifying. So no further laps for him. We'll go on board. The AlphaTauri driver, of course, having a pretty normal start to the season. Not really too many outstanding performances, but not bad ones either. And another one retired, and it's Fozzie. Fozzie's binned it. We'll go on board with Brandon, and Fozzie's for really binned it. So yeah, that's not just him retiring on track. He's genuinely just bottled it. But that's weird that the two title contenders have done that. But anyway, Iron Law Gamer now. He's next across the line. He's going to put that AlphaTauri up into which position? It's Fozzie in P7, and he's going to stay in P7 unless Iron Law can do something about it. P6 for the AlphaTauri driver. Not too bad at all, as Brandon has invalidated, and so has Chaz Meisters. I don't know what is exactly going on. I think people are leaving. I don't know why. Anyway, we'll stick on board with Chaz Meisters, who's about to start a lap. Okay, well, Horonsky's only left because he's out to practice at the moment. But yeah, Chaz Meisters, the other Aston Martin driver, of course, in Tier 1. Aston Martin had a great performance, getting their first 1-2 and getting it with and Horonsky, the man who's on provisional pole as we speak. Chaz Meisters will be looking to get in the performance. Saki Man joins now. Chaz Meisters going through the first sector. It looked all clean and tidy, pretty quick as well. So we'll see how he does going into the first sector. It's not a purple. It's 33.0, and then taking those curves. That's quite risky in the wet. Third gear, fourth gear now. Not running all the curb, not running all the track. So he's definitely not using all that he's got. But the Aston Martin driver will probably just be trying to get a lap on the board to beat the likes of Fozzie and Brandon. Yeah, okay. Mick was just letting me know something. So, yeah, as you can see, the rain is really coming down. We'll go on board for a minute. And it's definitely full wet conditions. You can see the reflections in the curbstones. Definitely not dry enough for the intermediates. I wonder if we'll see anybody give that a go. But he's invalidated there. There's a pretty clear invalidation going over the line. And again, wow, clipping the wall as well there. So that was very close. And so has Paul. He's also invalidated. But what about Eddie? He is 6 tenths up, so he will be improving. Yeah, and he's backed off now. Got another car coming out on track. Really not that much action going on. In the meantime, though, DRS Russell has put himself up into P3. Not too shabby at all. We'll go on board with Zaki Man, though. One of the drivers who will most likely be setting a lap unless One Ball Paul is going again. We'll go on board with Paul actually, because he may be doing a lap, and I think he is. Going into turn 1, he's got a very nice helmet. It fits very nicely with the Ferrari. There we go, puts the throttle down. There's a wet tyre that came off Fozzie's car, which is still on the track for some reason. I think the marshals should have cleared that up by now. But yeah, we're going through our Rouge and Radion now. Keeping it tight, keeping it steady, the car. That's the most important thing. You don't want to bin it in the early parts of the session. We can see now the Ferrari and that beautiful helmet that Paul has created. Now he's purple in sector 1. He's 300s up, so that's a great first sector for the man in red. He makes his way through this such high downforce, tricky section of Spa, but of course, because there's so many straight line points, there will definitely be lower wings running. So, you know, who knows? Maybe a couple of drivers running wet setups, maybe a couple of drivers running dry setups, because at the end of the race, it will start to get a little bit wetter. It's a little bit drier, sorry. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's all going to be about the wings, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of overtaking today because there's no DRS, of course, to assist you with that. But One Ball Paul making his way through the second sector. It's looking all tidy, it's looking all neat, as he has a bit of a squirrel on the throttle there. I told you, those curbstones, they are devastating should you touch them. So you don't want to get anywhere near those. He's 2.5 tenths up, though, to be fair to him. He goes purple in sector 2 as well. A little bit of a squirrel coming out of the exit of that flat, which is only flat in the dry, really. But yeah, here we go then. One Ball Paul only really needs to get 2 corners right now. He's got the chicane, the bus stop chicane. It's so hard to get right, especially in the wet, trying to find that braking point, trying to find your apex. And look, he's missed it a little bit there. The second one, he's definitely missed. Second gear, third gear, fourth gear, over the line. Now, where's he going to put him? He's going to go P3, not too bad, which now bumps DRS Russell down. Big side of oversteer as we watch Bamboo's on board. But he looks quite hooked up going through turn 1. Now we're going to go into a Rouge and Radion. Not seen many people bin it there. It's only been Aronsky so far. I thought he was going in the wall there, but no, he just kept it just about kept it on track. And Bamboos will be looking to improve on his P5, which he's got at the moment. But a lot of drivers will probably be setting faster lap times. 2.3 tenths up. He goes purple in sector 1. That's not a bad lap time. First sector time, sorry. At all yellow flags in sector 2. Not sure what's happened there. I think it's the Mercedes who's gone for a little bit of a spin, but now into the downwards braking, keeping it very tight to the apex. That's very good from him, but the Mercedes gets out of his way. And now he's not made the same mistake that he has last time with a big swirl of oversteer. This time he's kept it clean, and now he has to keep it clean through here. He has to get on the throttle as soon as possible, but not invalidate or go wide, because that will send the car spinning. And you know it, especially around there. But yeah, he looks very hooked up through the second sector. I think this could be a very competitive lap time from the McLaren driver. No mistakes, and I think we could definitely see someone up here. Like, you saw Paul make that big mistake, and he still put it into P3. So be it 6 tenths behind, but he's 7 tenths up now, and he's purple in sector 2 as well. So he is on to go P2 if he can get a good final sector. We'll see how he does it, though. I don't think he'll be challenging the likes of Horonsky unless he had a very poor last sector and will improve on it this time. But if he could just get somewhere close to P2 or P1, I think he'd be in a very good position for the sprint race that's coming right up after these 5 minutes are done. Now Bamboo's a little bit of oversteer as he puts himself P2, improving by just over a second. We'll go. Oh, Wumble Pull puts himself on P1 by 0.3 of a second. DRS Russell's invalidated, and Iron Law Gamer has backed off. We'll have a look on board with Brandon then, the other McLaren driver, Bamboo's teammate. He's not looking too great down in P9 at the moment. He'll definitely be wanting to improve on that. Making his way through the final sector. These yellow flags, I believe that's for the Aston Martin, who's slowing down to leave to let Iron through. But now making his way through the chicane. He looks quite hooked up through there. Has he got the traction coming out the final corner? Yes, he does. Third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, over the line now. He goes P7, so not a bad lap for the other McLaren driver. Of course, and oh my god, we go on board with Chaz Meisters, who ends up in the wall as we go on board with him. Big crash there for Chaz Meisters, but of course no rear wing damage in these lobby settings, so he will be fine to continue for the rest of the session. We'll see if Wumble Pull's continuing to improve. At the moment, he's the man on pole, with Oronsky not able to challenge, of course, as he has DNF'd out of the session. I do apologise if I do sound like I'm ill, because I am ill. I've got a blocked nose at the moment, so yeah, bear with me for that. But Pull, again, he looks pretty quick, so I think he'll be going again, really. Third gear, fourth gear now, fifth gear. He looks very hooked up on the traction and apexes. Maybe a little bit of ABS involved, but he's 5 seconds down, so no, he's not improving. Bamboo's maybe trying to go again. As he goes into the bus stop chicane, he'll definitely have to get this one right. Doesn't use all the braking again. It's odd, because I'd obviously use a lot of braking coming into that final corner, and he's just completely got it wrong there. He will not be improving. Nope, he backs off it. DRS Russell, he's 1.5 tenths up. He's not on a bad lap. Oh, there we go. He's down by a second. No. Oh my god, as he gets on the wall there. DRS Russell not having a great start to the session. Chaz Meisters, one to forget so far his qualifying session in P10 by over 24 seconds. So that's not great for him. Chaz Meisters, the other Aston Martin. Look at all the umbrellas in the stands. Looks very much like Spa last year. 700ths up on his lap time. He must have made a mistake somewhere else in his previous lap then, as he makes his way through that fast corner. It's so easy to invalidate come the exit, but he's kept it clean. He's done a very good job there indeed. And he continues to stick it close to the apex. Second gear, third gear. Very low gears used by the Aston Martin driver, with a very vibrant helmet as he gets right up to the wall there. Now, I keep forgetting this corner name. It's yellow flags in sector 2. I believe it's for the McLaren who's gone for a spin. That may have been Brandon or Bamboo's. I think it's... No, it is Bamboo's, yeah. He's retired from the session. So Chaz Meisters looking on for a good lap now. What could he do in the second sector? Look at the drops coming down on the track. You can see the reflection of the trees on the curbs. He's gone purple in sector 2. I don't know how much I believe that, but definitely not a bad lap so far by Chaz Meister. He has got the pace. He's always had the pace, so we'll see what he can do come across the line. But he's only got the bus stop chicane to navigate from now. We'll see what he can do in a minute. Fresh Mr. Gnome has joined. That's definitely one of the drivers. I know him. I think he drives for Haas. Chaz Meisters now goes P4. Not too bad at all. Improved by 27.8 seconds. Great lap from the Aston Martin driver. Eddie's invalidated. Zakiman may be improving, actually. We'll go on board with the Mercedes driver down in P9 at the moment. But it will be Fozzie who starts at the back, who is one of the championship contenders. Yellow flags in sector 1. That is for Chaz Meisters, who's just gone for a little bit of a spin, I reckon. But he's got the Lewis Hamilton helmet on, Zaki Man. I'm not sure how he's done that. Fair play to him though. It's a very nice helmet. Zaki Man, he didn't look that. Those drops that come on the screen are really annoying. By the way, I don't know why they've added that. It just ruins the commentating experience. Zaki Man though, in the second sector, looks great to be honest. He's not really missed any apexes. He's not really made any big mistakes. He's a second up on his lap time. That should put him around P7 or P8-ish if he can have a good final sector. 20 seconds left of the session now. People will just be getting their final laps underway. We'll see if Russell can get another lap in. I don't think he can, so I don't see him being any better than 6. But right now, that's in jeopardy because look at this man right now in the Mercedes, going to cross the line very, very shortly. No DRS, of course. It is soaking wet. Crossing the line, it's P7, 4 tenths behind DRS Russell. DRS Russell's finished. Iron Law Gamer now in P8. He'll be looking to improve. We'll have a look if Chasmeisters is improving. No, he's not. So, only person that can still improve is Iron Law Gamer. And the Schmitzer Donny has joined, which means we will have to have a lobby restart because he's not part of the league. So we will get a lobby restart very, very soon. There we go then. Into... I still can't figure out the name. Let me search it up actually. Spa track map with corner names. There we go then. Iron Law Gamer, the final car to then come ahead and cross the line. What's the corner name? Puon, of course. How could I forget Puon? He's 3.5 tenths up. It's not looking all too great. It could bump him up into P7 though, if he has a good final sector. We'll see how he goes in the final sector. Every position counts, of course, especially in a wet race like this one. And he's invalidated in the final sector. There we go. That's qualifying over then. If we do have this random in, then we will restart the lobby. So yeah, that's that qualifying done. We'll have a look if anybody's left. No, that's that done, I think. Yeah, that is that done. There we go. Iron Law Gamer now getting wheeled into the garage. So yeah, that's the end of qualifying. But of course, we've got the sprint race, which really decides the order of the race. There we go. That's short qualifying done then. So fastest is your man Wumble Paul, who put in a 155.6. Horonsky P2 after an early DNF in the session. He could have been a contender for pole if he hadn't DNF'd. Bamboos with a good performance in P3. Chasmeisters in the Aston Martin in P4. It's Eddie Art then in P5 in the Williams car, 8 tenths off the pace. DRS Russell with a bit of a poor performance in P6 for Red Bull. Zaki Man in P7 for Mercedes. Iron Law Gamer for AlphaTauri in P8. It's Brandon in P9. Fozzie with an early DNF in P10. And it's fresh Mr. Noman Haas without a time set in P11. We'll get started with the sprint race shortly. It may be a lobby restart, unfortunately, because I've messed up the settings. Oh, no, I think we've got a race coming pretty shortly. We'll see if Ed here. No, I think we're good to go, actually. Yes, we are. Right, bless. Someone's asking me. I'll see you all in a minute when we start the Grand Prix. It'll take about a minute, so I'll see you. Here we are then, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go then for the start of the Grand Prix. One Ball Paul gets away very nicely. Horonsky goes side by side with him, though, into turn 1. Who's going to emerge out ahead? It's going to be Horonsky with One Ball Paul trying to stick a nose into the inside. Could it be an Aston Martin P2 coming in to Rouge and Radion? Not too many incidents going on into turn 1, but we will see Rouge and Radion side by side. They go then P2 and 3. Is this going to end? Well, he's going to have to leave the track, and he's gained a lasting advantage from that, which he then backs off with. But now, look at Bamboos. He's trying to get involved. He's going over the grass. That's fine. He'll get through on the grass. He's now side by side with One Ball Paul going in to the chicane. Who's going to emerge out on top? Oh, there's contact. There's definitely contact. But the Aston Martin can sneak ahead, and now the Williams is trying to sneak through. Is he going to hold it around the outside? Wonderful move if he can keep it. No, he can't. He's just going to have to reside behind. Eddie making a move then on DRS Russell, I believe, going into there. But so far, so good. No, all clean racing. Fozzie, making a lot of overtakes. Are they going to keep it side by side with Fresh? No, they're not. Brandon, the AI. Oh, and that's our little game around. Sorry, my grandpa just walked in. I couldn't speak for a minute. But that's the Alpha Tauri round, and he's binned it at Pouon. That's unfortunate for him. Horonsky now walking away with it just a little bit. One Ball Paul doesn't really have the pace that Horonsky's got, but Chaz Meisters will definitely be looking to try and make it an Aston Martin 1-2. But big boots to fill, of course, after Tier 1's performance last time out. Brandon, the AI... Is he back now? Yes, he is back. He's in P10 now. He's dropped a couple of positions. We'll go get the good telemetry again. Position change. Here we go. So, up 3 positions of Fozzie. So, both the Haas cars have already made up 3 positions. Good start for them. Of course, Fozzie's a little bit out of position as he's trying to make a move. Is Brandon, but can't quite make it happen so far. We'll look at the close gaps. DRS Russell now making a move on Eddie, going side by side into turn 1, keeping it incident free, I hope. Yes, the Williams driver's trying to hold on. Bit of argy-bargy going on between the two of them, but they keep it clean, and DRS Russell's moved himself up into P5 in these wet weather conditions. Big lift coming up into our Rouge then, as you can see, and that keeps Eddie right on the back of him. 80% ERS. He's going to be draining, and he's going to be trying to get alongside of DRS Russell again, going into the chicane, but no, he can't do so, and he's just going to have to wait just a little while longer. But Fozzie is all over the back of Eddie at the moment. It's causing a little bit of a train coming through the second sector then, and Eddie will be keen to get past Russell again, because Fozzie, as we know, is a quick driver, probably the quickest alongside Horonsky, and he will be trying to make up positions as quick as possible because he's still in the title fight, and he needs to keep the title fights dreams alive. Bit of a wall tap there. Could that have resulted in damage for the Haas driver? Well, it doesn't look like it visually, but who knows? Maybe there is. Yeah, he goes wide again. That could be a warning. So it may signal that he does have a little bit of damage. Of course, not easy to get around Spa. Yellow flags, though. It's for Brandon, who's been in at Pouon. But we'll go back to the battle with Fozzie, who's got maybe another warning there. We'll have a look at his warnings right now. Fozzie already on 2 warnings, like I said. Alright, he could get very spicy here. 1 more, and he's got a 2-second time penalty because it's a 5-lap race. So yeah, very interesting then. Okay, so Brandon and I are not having a great start to the session, being down in P10 and 11. With now DRS Russell 1.5 seconds trailing behind Bamboos, who's trying to make a move on Chaz Meisters for P3. Horonsky's walking away with it. Paul is also getting a bit of a gap, as Horonsky says fastest lap of a 57.0, being some people's qualifying time. But we'll go on board with the McLaren driver. 7 tenths now separate him and Chaz Meisters. The Aston Martin having a little bit of a squirrel coming out of turn 1. They'll be trying to get the power down as soon as possible and abuse that ERS. Come down the camel straight. Up our Rouge and Radion. Keeping it clean, of course. Getting a good exit is crucial, and that's something Chaz Meisters hasn't done. Of course, the red light flashing because it is extremely wet here in Spa-Francorchamps. But no move for the McLaren driver as he goes purple in Sector 1, improving by 3 tenths almost, but no moves at the moment. Not even for Eddie Hart, who has been overtaken by Fozzie. So Fozzie now going on to the back of DRS Russell. He'll have to make up some ground to get to him in the 2.5 laps that are remaining. But yeah, we can have a look now at back of the battle at the front. P3 is the battle they're fighting for. But look at Russell creeping in just a little bit. Maybe he could be a factor come the end of the race. But this seems to be the closest battle as of now. But remember, Fozzie with already got 2 warnings in the wet. That's not ideal for him by any means. So we will see how he manages to recover from that. Yeah, just a little bit calmer stage now in the race. People still keeping it quite together. There's quite a nice train forming from Paul all the way down to, I believe that is Eddie. Yeah, that is Eddie. So yeah, that's currently the train that we've got going on. But Bamboo's looking to put the pressure on. Only 3/10 now between them. He's got a great slipstream coming into the bus stop chicane. Can he make a move? No, he can't. 2/10 separate them now. He's going to get a good exit out of here, and he may have a chance as Iron gets 2-second time in just 4 laps time. Not ideal for him, but Horonsky sets the fastest lap once again, as now that goes to Fozzie, who is closing up to the back of Russell rapidly. But look how close Bamboo's is. Only 3/10. 4/10 now as they go up our Rouge. I've really got a little bit of pain in my throat, so it is quite a struggle to talk right now. But Russell with a 2-second time penalty, that's going to drop him to P6 come the end of the race, unless he can pull something quite magnificent off on Fozzie. But I don't think he'll be going up anymore. But look at Bamboo's coming up all to the back of Chasmeisters. Can't make a move though, but he tries to push Chasmeister into a mistake. It's not worked out ideally for him because he's still behind him. Fozzie now 2 seconds time penalty as well. That's all to see from the 2 most experienced drivers on the grid, probably, along with Horonsky. They've both got time penalties now, so that's yeah, that's all to see. That will drop Horonsky no positions, but it won't gain him position either. Now also gets a 2-second time penalty. Bamboo's going through Pouon. Can't get close to the back of Chasmeisters, who's holding on very nicely indeed. And is using quite a lot of his battery as well. Oh, mate, my throat really hurts. I'm going to get a glass of water in a minute. So, yeah, I do apologise if I stop speaking for a little while. It's because I feel like there's something in my throat. But anyway, back to the racing we go. Got an ad now. That's a bit annoying. But yeah, we can still see the racing. As look at him. Bamboo's is right up the back of him. He's going to pull alongside before the braking zone even. He's been forced right onto the grass nearly. Now side by side. Is he going to dare going down the inside again? Yes, he is. Side by side action coming in as we start the new lap. Oh, a bit of a snap of oversteer. That's going to give him, put him on the back foot. Fozzie now fastest lap. Once again, he's going to send one around the outside to make sure that Chasmeister can't get the racing line. They're spinning, there's contact. Chasmeister's been spun round. That's so unfortunate for the Aston Martin driver who was looking so good. He's now dropped down to P7 and is going to be under pressure now from fresh Mr. No, who has not had a great start. But now look at Russell. He's right up to the back of Bamboo's. This could get interesting. Maybe if Bamboo's gets a penalty or something, but Russell just opting to stay behind. Fozzie will love to make a position because he knows that if he gets ahead of Russell, he stays ahead of Russell, of course, and Bamboo's is aware that they have got penalties, but maybe he coming Bamboo's way for the main race, or penalty points, sorry, because it did look to be his fault, unfortunately, but may just be a racing incident. Of course, it is quite easy to make a little bit of a mistake in the rain, and we've seen it often from drivers, even in real life, so Valtteri Bottas in Hungary, for example, taking out about 1 million drivers. But look at Paul, by the way. He's completely closed up to the back of Horonsky. Horonsky may be playing it safe a little bit, knowing that he just has to cross the line and he will be the sprint winner and thereby will take pole position for the main race. But yeah, Fozzie will definitely be trying to put Russell under pressure if he gets a bad exit. Oh my god, Fozzie has a massive slide of oversteer. He's lucky to keep it at the barriers there. Blimey. But that will give Russell enough space, I reckon, to get away with it. But look at Paul. 6/10 now only. That's all there is between them. Horonsky goes deep as well. That could be a bit interesting if he has a mistake. But no, it will be Horonsky then who takes pole position for the main race. One more pole with an astonishing P2. Bamboo's P3, Russell P4, Fozzie P5, Eddie Hart then crossing the line to finish P6, and Chaz Meister's a disappointing P7, fresh Mr. Gnome for Haas, without a helmet in P8, Zachy Man in P9, and then Brandon, the driver who made a bit of a mistake spinning at P1, will finish in P10, with Iron Law Gamer finishing in last position after also suffering a mistake into P1, but he's 23 seconds off the pack. Yes, AlphaTauri driver will not be pleased with that performance as he finishes the 5 laps going into the bus stop chicane. There we go, that's that. That's the sprint race finish then, folks. I hope you enjoyed the first part of it. And we've got a random joining in now, so we will be kicking him. So do not worry. Fozzie, your driver of the day then, making several positions up after an early disappointing qualifying, which he DNF'd in. Here we have the podium celebration then. It's Oronsky who takes the top step with that steering wheel celebration. With his gloves on, lifts the trophy for his team. I'm sure they will be very chuffed with the performance he's delivered with the Ferrari driver in P2 and the McLaren in P3. Not a podium you see very often. Very nice to see 3 different colours though. There we go then, that's your finishing order. It's Oronsky in P1, 1 ball pull for Ferrari, really gaining in those last few laps, 2 seconds-ish. Bamboo's in P3 with the McLaren. Potential penalty coming his way, though, after spinning Chaz Meisters. It's Russell in P4, Fozzie in P5, Eddie Hart P6, Chaz Meisters P7, fresh Mr. Gnome in P8 with Zachy Man in P9, Brandon P10, and Iron Lol finishing off the grid in P11. We'll be back for the main race, folks. Give me about 5 minutes. I'm going to do something with my throat a little bit. And yeah, get a glass of water in that. So I'll see you all in just a minute. Goodbye. Alright then, hello and welcome back then to the main race, the feature race here in Belgium for Tier 2. We'll get underway then in just 10 seconds time. It's of course still very wet, but it's supposed to get a little bit lighter come the end of the race. So we'll see how that goes. I apologise for the wait. I did have to take some medicine because I'm not feeling all too great. Some of you may know, but the formation lap now gets underway. There we go, Horonsky is going to be the one to lead us away. A little bit of battling going on into turn 1. Obviously they don't want to get disqualified or anything. There we go, oh, going off track as well. Right, so there we go then, going into the formation lap, it's Iron Gamer who will lead us from the back. It's Horonsky who will lead us from the front. So it's going to be a very interesting 22 laps, of course. It's going to be a very long race. 22 laps in the full wet conditions. It's going to take about 44 minutes if we don't have any safety cars. Horonsky getting all out of shape there already on the formation lap and finding the runoff area. Paul following close behind, putting on that pressure. Ice cold as he goes down the straight, not weaving one bit. For Paul, it's that Kimi Raikkonen compilation that you might see on TikTok a couple of times. And, yeah, he's doing it in a Ferrari as well, so that's very nice from Paul. But, oh my, that's Zaki Man, who's been disqualified with fresh Mr. Gnome. Bit of contact on the start. Maybe? Who knows? But hopefully we can get around cleanly with a big gap between Fozzie and Eddie. Oof. I'm ready for this. I feel very excited, very privileged to be able to commentate this race. Not that many people attending, unfortunately, but nonetheless, it's still going to be a lot of fun to watch. Hopefully for you guys as well. Hopefully a lot of action from these drivers. They are known to make a lot of action, like spinning every 2 laps, but you know, that's all part of the racing. That's what we come to see. And speaking of spinning, that's DRS Russell, who's put it in a wall. And you didn't expect anything less from a Red Bull driver, as he's just planted the wall again. Look at me roasting my own team. I love Russell, and he knows that I like him. So, oh, I thought he just driven into the back of the McLaren, but it's just his AI. So there we go, there's your strategy. I think it's a zero stop, sorry, would be possible. But unfortunately, fortunately, it will get drier coming the end of the race. So we'll see. As Horonsky lines his Aston Martin up, and Iron will be the last car to line his car up. We're all getting ready for the lights now. Can we see the lights, please? There we go, the lights are off. 3, 4, 5, and it's lights out, and away we go for Belgium Tier 2. And it's a very good start then for Horonsky as he makes his way as, oh my god, there's already a spin, and as Russell and Bam put each other on the grass. Awful start for the 2 of them. That's not going to help anybody, but Paul sticks it in behind there, and he's fine, going up our Rouge now. Are we going to see any battles? Yes, we are. We're going to see Russell going side by side, going up our Rouge and Radion. He's going to keep it clean. No big incidents so far at the start, but a bit of a weird one between Russell and one of the McLarens. But look at Bamboos now. He's trying to make a move on Eddie, who's been boxing completely here. Eddie's going to go for the move. Is he going to keep it respectful between him and Chaz Meisters? Oh my god, big contact there. As we keep it clean just a little bit. Oh my god, that's Russell who's been in the wall, and he's lost his front wing. Race over basically for Russell, as Eddie now, he's going to try to make a move as soon as possible on Chaz Meisters. Getting a little bit wrong on the exit there, but keeping it clean as of yet. Wow, okay, what a start for everyone then. Unfortunately, Russell had a bit of a stinker, but you know, that happens. Eddie keeping it in P5 now. So Chaz Meisters has gained 3 positions so far off the start. Not too shabby. And Fozzie has gained 2. So this is really interesting. And could get very interesting at the end of the race. But yeah. Bamboos will be trying to make a move as soon as possible on Eddie. He's got the pace. He finished P3, of course, in the sprint. He'll be trying to replicate that now, but he's got F1WL to clear, which he didn't have to last time, which might throw a spanner. Oh, look at Fresh Mr. Gnome. He's going to try and make a move on Brandon. Cap is under a tenth. They are side by side now. Who's going to make the move? He's going to have to go round the outside. He defends it quite harshly as a McLaren driver. Respectful racing between the two of them. Forced off a little bit wide, but other than that, he's fine. Respectful racing as they go side by side into turn one. Who's going to merge out top? I reckon it's going to be the McLaren. The pace, I think, and he's got the line. Maybe a bit of a cutback coming from Fresh Mr. Gnome. Yeah, look at him. He's going to be right up the gearbox. Oh, Brandon coming up out Rouge and ready on. Is he going to make a move? Oh my god, he might go for it, you know. Yes, he does. He's going to go side by side. There's a bit of contact. Is he going to throw anybody into the wall? Brandon, no, he's lost positions though. And now this could create an opportunity for Ironwall Gamer. Look at him. He's steaming through with that overtake button on. And he's got the position into P7, but is he close enough? Oh, a bit of wheel banging going on between them. He's got no space from Fresh Mr. Gnome. Bit rude from the Haas driver, in all honesty. But Brandon now trying to make a move, can't do so. Oh, pushing each other through this downhill right-hander, and that's a bit rude from the McLaren driver. He's forced another driver off and gained a lasting advantage of it. That's not great from him. But we continue though with the good racing. Eddie all over the back of Bamboos. I don't know if Bamboos made a move actually on Eddie, which we missed unfortunately, but we'll continue to watch it as Ironlaw Gamer back into P9 where he was beforehand. Yeah, it's calmed down just a little bit, and we are only on that too, so this could be in for a bit of a snooze fest. But I'll stay optimistic. I reckon that we could get some good racing, especially when the Inter's changeover point is. Look at the slipstream effect that is in this part. Look at him. He's just gained a good 3/10 even without using his battery. That's incredible. As Aronsky goes fastest lap now, F1WL's making moves. He's getting close up to the back of Paul. Could potentially see a move soon enough. Ironlaw Gamer though, he's getting very close to Brandon. He's got the pace. I think he's got what it takes now to make a move on Brandon. He's been stuck behind him for quite a while already. Brandon, seeing track numbers just ever so slightly, could cost him a warning, which is very crucial in these type of races. It's going to be a race of attrition, for sure. Brandon, look at the awful exit. Irons exceeding track limits himself actually there, but it could all be worth it if he can get the move done, which he looks like he can do. Already ahead before the braking zone. He's going to defend massively. Is Brandon going to have a go around the outside? He's completely done him. Brandon has absolutely mugged Ironlaw Gamer with an incredible move around the outside. Didn't see that one coming. Ironlaw Gamer could have broken a little bit later maybe, as he was ahead. It surprises me he defended so lightly against him, to be honest. It's just going to cost each other time, but whatever floats your boat, Iron Mate. We'll go back to the fight up front because F1WL is only 2/10 away from one ball Paul. He's all over the back of him, and F1WL wants to keep this championship alive. He wants to win this championship because he knows that every point matters, especially with the competition as tight as it is. And oh my god, that's a spinner. Who is it? I believe it's Zaki Man. He's dropped off the back. We'll have a look at F1WL then, because the slipstream down here is so incredibly strong. F1WL trails Horonsky by 21 points in the championship. He needs to change something here. He needs to pull something out of the bag if he wants to indeed turn out to be the champion. Look, there's not that many races left. There's only USA, Brazil and Abu Dhabi left, which is, it's not ideal at all, but Horonsky going fastest again. Paul is now side by side with F1WL for just a split second there. He's surely going to get him up the hill now. One ball Paul is under pressure here from the Haas driver. The Haas driver's already made up a stellar amount of positions, 2 positions gained so far, but he has a Paul Rouge. He has a Paul Radion, so I think That's his chance of making a move going into the chicane impossible. But Aronski's been on an incredible run of form recently with an 100% podium streak, winning no race so far. He's not won a single race so far, but Horonsky has proven that he doesn't need to win races to be top of the championship. All you need is pure consistency, which got Jack the championship in Tier 1 last season. And it cost me significantly with my inconsistency. Safety car though, because who's binned it? It's Russell. Oh yeah, he's lost the front wing there as well. He's going to have to box. Yeah, that's a safety car. That's going to throw quite a lot of spanners into the work actually. And that is going to completely ruin Horonsky because he was looking so nicely up front. Championship standings then. P3 is not attending today, and neither is P4. Neither is P5 actually. So P6 is the closest one attending, and he's the one in the pits right now. In P11 with Luigi, another one who's not attending. Sheehan, another one not attending. The closest one attending is Chasmeisters in P13. So at the moment, it's just between these two, Fozzy and Horonsky, the people who can win it all. Maybe we can see some drivers diving into the pit lane for intermediates. Is it dry enough yet? I don't know. It could be time to box very shortly, and the people who do box maybe have a big advantage. Is Horonsky going to pull it into the pit lane? Yes, he is. What about Paul? Paul is as well. Fozzy, he's going to pull it into the pits. Chasmeisters gets a penalty under safety car. That's not ideal. Eddie is also going to pull it into the pits. Freshminster Gnome's going to pull it into the pits. Brandon is not going to pull it into the... Oh, is he? Yeah, no. Iron Law Gamer is not going to pull it into the pits either. Zaki Man will pull it into the pits. DRS Russell now in P11, who's also gotten on the Inters. So both the McLarens opting not to go immediates, but it's Horonsky and everybody else. Have a look at the tyres. A lot of drivers onto the intermediates. Some people still deciding to go on wets, such as Chasmeisters and Zaki Man. That's odd. We'll see how the grip is for the rest, but Horonsky gonna have a big hard time getting past these two who have stayed out on the wet tyres. So different tyre compounds for the drivers now, and I believe Horonsky will be trying to take these tyres to the end. So battling them hard will not be part of his game plan. Have a look at what people are saying. Chat. Okay, nothing's happening as of now, so nobody's blaming anyone for any incidents. But Paul, he's going to be looking to capitalise on this one because Horonsky, he's obviously the man who he wants to be, and so is Fozzy. Fozzy now realises Horonsky's in his vision, so he'll be going for that move. But we'll be back in just a minute. I'm just going to go upstairs, go for a quick toilet break, and then we'll be right back as the safety car finishes, or anything happens. I will be there to cover it for you. That is one of the McLarens already diving into the pit lane, obviously thinking better of it, realising that there's no point continuing on the wets. So does Chasmeisters and so does Zaki Man. They all realise it's been a big mistake, and now only Brandon is on the wet compounded tyres. That's Brandon and Chasmeisters make a silly mistake, which they don't. So Brandon is the only one left on the wet tyres. Yeah, I'm sorry, my voice is pretty exhausted at the moment, so I'm trying my best to keep my voice in check, but it's not easy, of course, with whilst being ill. But that's why I try not to talk during these safety car periods, because A, there's not really much happening, B, there's not much to say, and it just saves my energy a little bit, because I've got another race to stream after this, Tier 3, which I might not do because I want my grandparents to sleep, and they sleep in the room next to me because they come to visit. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, but I might stream the start of Tier 3, and then we'll leave it to Sourface if he decides to commentate. So yeah, we will be back as soon as the safety car comes in. So then just sit tight, nothing's going to happen as of yet unless there's people collide in the safety car, which I trust them not to do. So yeah, I'll see you all in just a minute. Unfortunately, Brandon pulls into the pits, which removes any interesting part for Horonsky at the restart. So unfortunately that's happened, but DRS Russell opts to pit again, which is odd. But yeah, so everybody now on the intermediate tyres. Okay, Sen, so you can see there the safety car speeding past because the safety car is in this lap. So we will get resumed to green flag running come the end of this lap. Horonsky getting his final tyre preparations done. All he needs to do is get a good restart and he will be set. Fozzie, the man chasing after a title, will need to get past Paul if he wants to do it, and he's been legged. Paul has absolutely been legged by Horonsky. The gap is already over a second. Paul goes deep, coming into the bus stop chicane. This could open the door for Fozzie. Look at the gap then, it's so close between the two of them. Paul gets absolutely destroyed. Coming out the safety car restart. Haronsky has gone so early. It's caught him completely off guard. 2 seconds the gap already now. Incredible scenes from Haronsky. Battling going on down the field, but we're all interested in this battle right here. Fozzy on one ball Paul. The man who needs to make positions as quickly as possible. Yellow flag, sector 1, that's for Chasmeisters, who's unfortunately pinned it, but we'll go to Fozzy now. 2 tenths separate these two. Look at him, he's closing up, he's closing. Going into the chicane now, he's going to dive one around the outside. No, he's not. Purple in sector 1 though, because of the intermediate tyres. One ball Paul, he's holding on nicely. He's doing a great job for Haronsky, even though they're not teammates. Wow. Fozzy really needs to start making this position on Paul now if he wants any chance to beat Haronsky. If Haronsky wins here, I don't see how Fozzy can build back from this. The gap would be 28 points in the championship title, plus -1 for fastest lap between the two of them. But yeah, wow, Fozzy got really close, and Paul got he got his pants pulled down by Haronsky there. Great restart for Haronsky in all fairness. Ooh, getting a lot. Going very wide there is Fozzy. But you know how strong the toe is through this section. It could very much open the door for Fozzy. Because look at the time. Look at the delta. 3.6, 3.5, 3.1, 2.8. Look how much he gained. 2.5, 2 tenths. Oh my god, he hits the back of Paul even. That's how close he was. Going into the bus stop chicane, he's going to go wide to get a better exit here. 2.1 is now the gap from Haronsky to Paul as he goes fastest lap. Haronsky at 55.8. About 8 tenths, 7 tenths faster than what Fozzy's doing at the moment. But Paul holding on ever so nicely for Fozzy. Fozzy will be so desperate. The man we all believe too quick for tier 2 is struggling to get past Paul, and Haronsky, who won yesterday in tier 1, believe it or not, is somehow allowed to race in tier 1. I'm not going to get involved in all that, but Fresh Mr. Gnome gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But so yeah, that's a lot of penalties trying to creep in at the moment. 4 drivers currently have them. It's Fresh Mr. Gnome the highest of them all, and Chasmeister is the lowest of them all. But Paul, he's hanging on. I give him that. I would expect Paul. I thought Paul would fall to Fozzy a little bit sooner, to be honest, but he's done a great job, and I feel a lot better because I've got some nasal spray, so now I don't have a blocked nose anymore, and I hope this is also better for you guys. We'll try to do something. This. Try to set up a poll, but I can't do that. Alright, anyway, back to the racing then. Fozzy now 5 tenths the gap, and we know how strong the slipstream is here. Last time, Fozzy even made contact with one ball Paul. He was that close. Is it flat in the wet with the Nientes through here? Nearly. He had a little bit of a lift. So, yeah, but look how close he's getting again through the bus stop chicane. Big mistake there from Paul as he gets it all wrong in the first part of the bus stop chicane. Look how close Fozzy is now. My god, he's 2 tenths away. If he can just keep it clean, fastest lap as well for Fozzy. He's going to dive one to the inside. Look at Fozzy now going into turn 1. He's going to go side by side with one ball. Big snap of oversteer. He's going to cost him the position. And this squabbling will only lose time. Will lose him time to Haronsky. This is exactly what Haronsky wants, and Paul has even better kept the position for Haronsky. He's going to be absolutely ecstatic that these two are battling away so hard, and it's going to cost him all his energy. And Haronsky is slowly but surely getting away from these two, whilst Eddie is joining in on the fight just behind them as well. Oh my god, Bamboosh. Oi, wait, there we go. Fresh Mr. Gnome cuts him off a little bit there on the curb. Is he going to go down the inside? Oh my god, that's very brave from the McLaren driver. It's paid off for him a little bit though, as they go side by side into the downhill braking zone. Is anybody going to get spun? No, he gets shoved a little bit wide, but that's the position up then for Bamboos, who's, oh my god, it's going to go in down the inside, and that's never going to work for the Haas driver. He's spun round. Fresh Mr. Gnome has made a mistake and is now in the barriers. as he waits for everybody to get past, and then can spin his car around again. It's Eddie. Eddie's been in a poo on. Look at him. He's round, right round, baby, right round. In the kitty litter he goes, but now it's Bamboo Shoes P4, Fozzie P3. Still chasing after One Ball Paul. What an amount of action just in one lap. Crikey. So it is Fozzie then in P3. He's chasing so desperately after Paul. I think he's going to be able to get a move done going into the bus stop chicane this time, you know. I think he's got the slipstream. He's got the bravery as well. Paul, he's going to defend the inside. And he needs to, because look at Fozzie. He's right up the rear of him. A little bit of contact as well. Paul now just has to keep the car straight. Zakiman rejoins, thank goodness, because he's in P7. He's in a good position, of course, but I have got the AI right, so so don't worry, he will stay in the fight. But Paul has done a great job as of yet, as Eddie has to pit for a new front wing after his unfortunate spin at Pouon. Has Paul got that a bit wrong? Yes, he has. He's not as quick as Fozzie through there. That could open up an opportunity for Fozzie. Yeah, look how much he's gaining. Look at Fozzie. He's gaining all over Paul now. As unfortunately the timing screen is glitched, so we can't see the gaps. But Fozzie goes purple sector 1. And Paul holds him off. Once again, we're now on lap 11, halfway through the race. And Horonsky has got the lead over Paul and then Fozzie. Unfortunately, he has broken the lobby in terms of gap. So yeah, I do apologize that you cannot see the gaps, but we're just going to have to live with it. We continue to watch on board with the fight between Fozzie and One Ball Paul. Brandon now getting a 3-second time penalty. They're slipping through just that little bit now, and Fozzie still all over the back of One Ball Paul. Hopefully we can get some gaps very shortly. One Ball Paul has driven absolutely incredibly to keep Fozzie behind. A driver of Fozzie's caliber, it's not easy to keep behind you, especially not when in the wet, where he puts on so much pressure. Look at him now, he's all over the back of Paul. Surely he makes a move. Going into the bus stop chicane now. He's going to go inside or outside. Outside he goes. Swing it around the outside. Is he going to get at the room from One Ball Paul? Yes, he is. Racing between the two of them. Fozzie now keeping a side-by-side, little bit of action, little bit of contact as well. One Ball Paul emerges out on top after that little bit of contact. He's going to defend heavily down the inside. He's going to go the worst run, switch back then from Fozzie. Is it going to work out for him? He just has to get the better traction. Side-by-side up by Rouge and Radion. Who's going to come out on top of this? This could be so risky for the two of them. It could be race ending, and Fozzie has to back out, and that is just incredible defending from One Ball Paul. It looked to be going wrong for him, but now it's still going wrong for it could still go wrong for him, because look at Fozzie. He's got so much overspeed compared to Paul. Paul surely can't defend this now, can he? One Ball Paul, he's gonna brake later. Look at Paul for that. He's done an absolute defending masterclass. He's kept Fozzie behind for yet another lap, and Horonsky's absolutely loving it. Look at him. Is we going to see another move going down the inside of this downhill right-hander? Yes, we are. Is Paul going to hold on? Surely not this time. Surely Fozzie's got him. Yeah, there we go. Fozzie has finally got him. But the gap now is 3.3 seconds. Has he got enough time to catch up to Horonsky? We'll see in just a minute. But, wow, that was quite an incredible piece of racing by the two of them. Props to both of them for absolutely incredible stuff. Whoa, I got to catch a breather from all of that, because, yeah, that hurt my throat quite a bit, actually. Oh my god, incredible racing between the Ferrari and the Haas car. The Ferrari Academy would have been sitting on the edge of their seats, but that was just absolutely brilliant to watch, I believe. And look, One Ball Paul's falling back now. It's clear to see Fozzie had more pace. And now he really needs to turn the turbo on and get to Horonsky, because that could be some late race drama. One Ball Paul, though, still keeping within the 7/10 window of Fozzie. And he needs to if he wants any shot of trying to get P2 in this race. But look at Bamboos. He's closing up to the back of him, back of Paul just a little bit. So maybe he could be a factor come the end of the race. But, yeah, it all looks to be shaping up the way Fozzie and Horonsky would have wanted to. See, not Fozzie, mainly Horonsky, He just has to keep it clean now. The gap now 2.9 seconds between the two of them. It was 3.3 when Paul got passed by Fozzy. So yeah, he definitely is closing up. Horonsky goes 2 tenths faster in the first sector, something Fozzy cannot match. And I think we'll see an incredible battle maybe at the end of the Grand Prix. That could be something to look forward to. High caliber, yeah, that is an incredible battle. It was so great to watch. Great defending from Paul. He had an absolutely stellar defense, in my opinion. It was respectful between the two of them, and I'm sure they would have both absolutely loved that. But it's not over just yet. We've got battles raging all over the track at the moment. 2.8 seconds now between Fozzy and Horonsky. Iron gets another 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help him in his position of currently being P6. We'll have a look at the penalties as it stands at the moment. Iron with 11 seconds. Yeah, that's not going to do him any favours. Bamboo's P3, 3 seconds, sorry. DRS Russell 3 seconds. Zakiman is going to be looking to gain quite a lot from this, actually, with keeping a penalty free. Fozzy goes purple sector 2. Yeah, he's really turning on the jets now. Is Fozzy? He needs to get to Horonsky, and he knows it. He knows he needs to get to Horonsky. Have a look, 4 stops for Russell, and that's paying off for him somehow. I don't know how he's done it. I don't know how he's pulled it back, but somehow the 4 stops are working just fine for him. Horonsky goes fastest lap, which now gets beaten by Fozzy. So yeah, it's really looking to be quite the battle come the end of the race. 5 tenths now gained by Fozzy over just 1.5 laps. By my calculations, striking distance is in. If he keeps up this pace, well, I don't know, 4 times 2-ish, I think final lap. If he wants to have a go at Horonsky, will have to be the final lap, unless there's a big major mistake from either two of them. DRS Russell getting past Bamboos, actually, and that seemed to be a pretty easy move for the Red Bull driver, getting past very nicely, and Bamboos will be trying to stick on the end of that because he needs to get past again if he wants anything to do with that P4 position. Fozzy now, 2.4 seconds now, separates Horonsky and Fozzy. Bit of a mistake there from Horonsky as well. That's going to cost him some time. 1.9 seconds. This is going to get spicy for the lead of the race here in Belgium. I don't know what's happening to Horonsky. He's dropping like an absolute stone at the moment. Has he got wing damage by any chance? Could we potentially see some wing damage for the race lead? Doesn't seem to be the case. But Fozzy is just so mighty quick through that final sector. They're equal on ERS as well. This will be such a great battle to watch, and Paul is going to be in the box seat to watch it. So again, we've got the interval glitch. I do really apologise for that, ladies and gentlemen. It's nothing I can do. It's unfortunately the people leaving and joining the lobby again that glitches it out for some reason. Yeah, the game's a bit broken, if you hadn't noticed before this, but yeah, the race keeps going, of course. There's nothing that can stop the race, because this is the racing we came to watch for, and this is the comeback we came to watch from Fozzy. It's just so incredible to see him gain 3 positions. There we go, 1.4 seconds now the gap. Paul 2.2 behind. I don't think we'll be getting anything from him, but Bamboos jumps into the pit lane. Unexpected stop for him. Does he maybe have a little bit of damage? We'll see if he has a wing change, but I don't see any damage for him. No, he boxes for another set of intermediates. Maybe a 2-stop is the way to go. Fozzy now 1.1 seconds. Let me just ban this guy in the chat. It's a bot, I know, but still unnecessary to see those comments. Animal Gamer then leaves the session. That's unfortunate because he's in a P5 position. Not great to see, but Fozzy, 7 laps remaining then, and it's 1.2 seconds that separates the front two, with a late charge from Fozzy. 1.1 now. Better go 1.0, but Fozzy, he's really shown his worth. He's really shown his true pace today. He just has to keep it clean and hopefully go for a move on Horonsky. See a little bit of battling between them, because we've seen such great battling with Fozzy as he goes purple in sector 2. The battle he had with Paul was absolutely incredible to watch, and it was a raging battle that lasted several corners. Look at Fozzy now. 7/10 is all that separates them. Horonsky will be shaking going into this bus stop chicane. He knows Fozzy's all over the back of him. They're on a party together as well. That could get very spicy indeed. Maybe a little bit of team orders, even though they're not in the same team. Who knows? We'll look on board with Fozzy as he goes fastest lap by 1.5 tenths as Iron rejoins the session. But yeah, looking great for Fozzy at the moment. He's got the pace. He's got the racecraft. We've seen it with Paul. We've seen it. We'll probably see it again. As Iron, I think his AI pits. Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame. It seems to be the AI thinks the 2 stops quicker, and that's his race down the drain. 4 tenths now is all that separates them. 3, 2 tenths now. My God, it's going to be so close. But no, not just a move yet. My striking distance was completely off. Fozzy's really made great inroads on Horonsky, and Horonsky's not been as quick as he was at the start of the session. But Horonsky will be holding on with dear life now to Fozzy, because Fozzy, again, the interval screen is glitched, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna go on board. We can see them all in one frame shot. It is Fozzy and Horonsky for the lead, and this is crucial for the title battle. We know how crucial it is. Horonsky, of course, leads by 21 points, and it could be around, I think, like 18 points after the sprint race points, after Horonsky, of course, won, and Fozzy only got 5th, which gives you a 5-point differential. So the point will be 19. 19 points is all the gap's going to be when they go to USA next, which I believe is going to be next week at Kota. But look how close Fozzy is. He's going to get maybe a move, maybe a run, going into the bus stop chicane. He's going to play it calmly. He knows he's got the pace. He's going to wait for a perfect opportunity to dive it in down the inside of Horonsky. We're going to get those intervals again. 4 tenths now is all that separates them. Horonsky with a little bit of a poor apex going into turn 1. Pulls it back though with a better exit. 4 tenths going up. Our Rouge and Radion slipstream up here is also really good, but you'd have to have a very good line going up here, which he does in all fairness. Horonsky starts weaving. He knows the threat is imminent. He knows that Fozzy is right up his rear and right up his gearbox as well as they break for chicane and at the camel straight. No move for Fozzy. He might be just trying to bait out the ERS from Horonsky. We'll see in just a minute. But Zakiman has done a brilliant performance to put himself P5 with no penalties, and any penalties from the two front guys, and it's over. Horonsky with not a single warning yet. Fozzy with just 1 warning. So I don't think we will see any penalties. That's Bamboos. As I say that, Bamboos gets 3-second time penalty, but what I was saying is we won't get a penalty from the top 2. At least I'm hoping, because that would just de-spice the battle by so many levels. But Fozzy, he's all over the back of Horonsky. I can see him making a move in the penultimate lap. I think he's going to stick behind him, just bait out a mistake from Horonsky, and then he's going to make a move on the penultimate lap. He still has to wait like 4 laps for that to happen. But he's got the pace. He definitely does have the pace. Or could we see a move here? Horonsky has been caught lacking a little bit. Yellow flag, sector 2. A safety car now would ruin it for Fozzy. Fozzy going to not dive down the inside. No, he's not. That's Brandon, I think, who's had it. Who's gone for a spin. Could have been Bamboos, actually. And it is Bamboos, I believe. I do think it's Bamboos, yeah, who's had a bit of a spin, unfortunately, for him. But Fozzy just holding back ever so slightly, gaining that ERS. So is Horonsky. I think they're both doing the same as each other. But of course, it's so easy to accumulate that ERS in the rain, as the braking is a lot more and you're less in the straights. But Fozzy draining it quite a bit. Could he be trying to go for a move on Horonsky? He's going to send one around the outside, maybe. No, he's 4 tenths up on his first sector lap time. That's definitely gone purple for him. That just shows how much he was draining in the first sector. all for nothing because Horonsky keeps P1 on lap 18 out of 22. It looks to be going Horonsky's way, but you know how it is. Bamboos retires if this virtual safety car, that's going to be able to allow them to gain all that ERS back in just a second. But wow, that could definitely, that's a savior for Horonsky. It's one less straight that he's got to deal with Fozzy, and a few less corners that he's got to deal with him as well. Fozzy, oh my god, he gets nearly clatters into the back of Horonsky. That could have been very close indeed. That could have been absolutely devastating for the two of them. Imagine they crash each other out and your favourite man of the league, One Ball Pool, wins the race. Could you imagine that? But Fozzy, he was looking to go maybe for a fastest lap. That's not going to happen anymore because of the virtual safety car. But this is the straight that Fozzy would have had a good chance of overtaking. And no, he's not going to be able to do it because of this virtual safety car. Is it going to end though? When's it going to end? Is Fozzy going to get a jump on Horonsky at the end of the virtual safety car? Oh my, nearly running into the back of Horonsky again. He's definitely feeling that. Oh, drive-through for Bull. No, he's got a drive-through. Paul has absolutely screwed it. I don't know what he's done, but that gives P3 to Russell. That is so unfortunate for Paul, and it's quite lucky for all the drivers behind him, of course. But yeah, no, nobody's really jumped each other. And actually, Horonsky's had a good restart compared to Fozzy, who now on lap 19 out of 22 is chasing for the race win and is chasing for the title. Horonsky win here, and I'd say it's settled pretty much, the title. The gap would be over 30 points, which, yeah, it's hard to come back to in just 3 races. But Horonsky knows what the stakes are for this race. This could decide a 14-point margin at the end of the season, which is massive, which is absolutely massive. It would have decided the Tier 1 championship last season if it was 14-point differ. But this is, of course, Tier 2, a different tier, an interesting tier, and I'd say all the tiers this year have been... Oh my god, big mistake from Fozzy there. Wow, that gives a big amount of breathing room for Horonsky, and that's going to save him coming down the straight. Time is running out for Fozzy now. It's running out thick and fast, so he needs to get a good run at one of the corners, and Horonsky needs to make a mistake if Fozzy wants any chance to win this Grand Prix. Battling going on as well down at the back. It's Eddie Hart who gets past Brandon, I believe, for P9. Wouldn't really have mattered because of time penalties anyway, but Fozzy is now 9/10 back from Horonsky, and that's binned it. Who's binned it? Zaki Man's binned it into P1. Oh wow, virtual safety car again. This is blessed Horonsky. Horonsky has been blessed several times this week, and we're going to have a look. There is Zaki Man, he's binned it at P1. He's probably just lost it on the entry to P1, and he's gone into the barriers. It's unfortunate for him, of course, but... Fozzy has been blessed by this. No, he's not been blessed by this, sorry. Horonsky's been blessed by this. Again. What? Look at this. Fozzy's gone for a move. Coming out of the virtual safety car, he's gone for a move, but he hasn't been able to make it work. That was Fozzy's golden opportunity. Horonsky really was caught napping at the restart, and this could cause big problems for Horonsky and his hopes to win this race. 3/10 now between the two of them. Horonsky leads, but only just over Fozzy. The man in the Haas has made a brilliant comeback drive to put himself up into this position where he can win the race. But Horonsky is doing everything he can to stay in front, and if there was DRS, of course, this would be such an easy task for Fozzy, but there's not because it's raining in Spa-Francorchamps, and this is just the finish of a race that you want to see here in the F1WL, and this is what we watch it for. This is what we race for. It's an absolutely brilliant set of racing between the two of these. Paul's done brilliantly, and he's kept in it. Who's currently P4. He was racing so well with Fozzy, and that could cost him. Could cost Fozzy the race win actually, because it cost him so much time. It gave him less amount of laps to go for a move, but Fozzy 6/10 now. He needs to make some inroads and quick. 2 laps remaining then, and 2.5 laps, sorry. This is just so tight at the end of the race. Fozzie's down 2 seconds because he was fighting with Horonsky. But we know how strong the slipstream is here. It's going to be about 3/10 until when we go into the bus stop chicane, according to my calculations. May even be less, actually. Look at Horonsky. He's getting it all wrong. Gap's now 2/10 even. Horonsky is under the real threat from Fozzie. Fozzie knows if he can force Horonsky into a mistake, it's over. Horonsky will lose maybe even several positions because look at Russell. He's not that far behind after making a 4-stop strategy somehow work into a podium. It's brilliant stuff from Russell. It's like he deserves a little bit of screen time himself. He's done absolutely incredibly to keep his car into P3 after a 4-stop strategy, like I said. But we'll stick on board with Fozzie. Oh, bit of a mistake there, I think, from Horonsky. 4/10 now, weaving just once, which is allowed. It's legal in the world of Formula 1. 4/10 improvement for Fozzie in the first sector. That just shows how hard he's pushing. Brandon with a 3-second time penalty. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. He's in P9. It's not going to affect the race in any way. But lap 21 out of 22, and it's the leaders who are separated by just 0.3 of a second. This is incredible racing and incredible racecraft from the two of them to keep us so close to each other in these really terrible conditions, to be honest. But we're used to seeing that in Spa. We always see it in Spa, and it's known to be awful weather in Spa-Francorchamps. Just ask 2021, the people who went there. It was mudslides, absolute mudslides in down the Camel Straight. It was absolutely abysmal. We didn't get a race. We got 2 laps, which got George Russell his first podium, in all fairness, and to this date his best race finishing position ever. But Fozzie, he's going to be close. He's going to be very close into the bus stop chicane. Maybe going for a move. He knows it's now or never for Fozzie. Again, decides not to go for it. And we're going to approach the final lap now. For the final time, these drivers will make their way around this, elite track. Fastest lap for the two of them. They are pushing so hard. Look, Russell's been dropped 2 seconds that lap alone. These guys are on a league of their own. They are the best. Oh, Fozzie's had a massive slap of oversteer. That's it. That is surely it for Fozzie. His race. Horonsky had a bit of a stinky going up the hill, actually. His race-winning hopes are surely down the drain now, with Horonsky getting a good exit and Fozzie having an absolute horror show of an exit. This is exactly what Horonsky was hoping for. He's not able to go for a move down the Camel Straight. He's not going to be able to go for a move in the second sector, surely not, unless he's so audacious. But it's going to all go down to the third sector, I reckon, between Fozzie and Horonsky. Who's going to win it? Who is going to win it? It is Brandon who spins in the third sector, unfortunately, to bring out the yellow flags. He's not really had the race of his life, but we'll go to the race. Back to the race at the front between Horonsky and Fozzie. The battle that's been raging ever since lap 16-ish. We've been watching this. We've been watching these two go at each other. But for now, it seems Horonsky will be the one to take the top step here in Spa. But you never know. In the third sector, it could cause a lot of tears. Cause a lot of tears of joy. Horonsky and Fozzie, the two drivers who can win this race. It's Fozzie now with 3/10. This is going to be side by side. I can feel it. They are definitely going to go have a go at each other. Horonsky now, 3 seconds is all that separates them. Fozzie's going to run out of ERS. That could cost him the race win. And it is going to cost him the race win. My God, the ERS has totally screwed a Fozzie around. He's going to get the switchback, actually. It's going to be so tight. It's going to be so tight. It's going to be a photo finish. Oh, my God. We don't know who won that. I genuinely do not know who won that. Oh, my God. What a finish to the race. What an absolute finish to the race. Who won that? Who won that race? Oh my God. Fozzie and Horonsky crossing the line exactly at the same time. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's incredible. Wow. These two have raced each other so hard the whole time. There we go, the podium celebration. Then it's Horonsky provisionally on the top step. We don't know who really won that race. We'll see in the look at that. That was so close, crossing the line. Wow, that was so close. I don't know who won that. Wow. 9,000th separate them. But we don't know. It looked like Fozzie was ahead at crossing the line. That's the race finishing then. Horonsky P1 provisionally, Fozzie P2, Russell with a great comeback, P3, Womblepool P4 after a disappointing drive-through. Fresh Mr. Gnome P5, Chasmeister's P6, Eddie Arts P7, it's Iron in P8, it's Brandon in P9, Sakiman and Bamboos, the only two drivers to DNF this race. What a race we had, folks, and what a race we did have. I hope you all enjoyed that then.